and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is our first video, so thank you so much for being here. My name's Gemma and I am your Thermomix consultant. So congratulations on making the decision to buy a Thermomix. It's very exciting. I'm going to do a series of these YouTube videos to get you started with your Thermomix. So today we are making the most important, I think, Thermomix dish that you can make, which is the vegetable stock paste. So lots of people say how good the food is, how good the food tastes in the Thermomix, and I contribute that a lot to the whole fresh ingredients that you use when you're cooking in a Thermomix, and none other than the veggie stock paste. It's so much better than anything you can buy. So make sure that you do this straight away if you're new to Thermomix. So how do you make the veggie stock paste? So if you have just got your Thermomix and you're not sure how to find the recipe, if you just go to your screen of your Thermomix, there we go, thank you, Wesley. We've got our vegetable stock paste recipe here. Now, how did I find that? So I actually have got that saved as a favourite of mine, but if you didn't have it saved, you could just scroll across and type in vegetables or just vegetable and search, and it would pop it up. I actually have it in my week, which I know that I'm going to cook it today, so I had it in my week because I had to grab a couple of things from the shop. So that's the way that you can save that in your cookie dough, and it will be right at your fingertips when you need it. So all you need to do is hit start cooking. Okay, so we are just following our nose with this one. So we have got all of our ingredients. Might just come back to me, please, Wes. I've got Wesley in the driving seat today, which is great. School holidays, put them to work. I've got 200 grams of celery. Now, if you didn't have quite 200 grams or you've got a little bit over, it really doesn't matter. This is such a good recipe that just put in whatever you have. If you've got the leaves of your celery, so like the leaves, just chuck them all in because the kids aren't going to eat the leaves, obviously. So they're perfect for your veggie stock. And I also, if I buy a whole celery, I'll chop off the leaves and actually freeze those, and then you can make your stock from the frozen leaves as well, so you don't waste anything either. We've got 2 carrots. Don't need to peel them, just give them a good wash and into chunks and in. A brown onion, just in half. When you do an onion in the Thermomix, just in half is fine. And we've got a tomato, chuck him in, just in half as well. And a zucchini in half as well. I've got wet hands, so you can get your screen is splash proof, but try not to get too much water on that because it sometimes thinks that the water is trying to press something. We've got some garlic. Now it says 2 cloves, I've got some nice, oops, one left. I've actually got 2 nice big Australian grown garlic, chuck that in there. Bay leaf, it's optional, you don't need to put it in there. Now, I always tell people only the herbs that you've got or that you're growing or whatever. These are all from my garden. Oh, there's another piece of carrot. Chuck him in. These are all from my garden. So I grew these, which I'm a bit proud of. So, just whatever you've got. Don't go out and buy herbs for stock paste. Again, you can freeze. If you buy herbs for a dish and you don't use them all, chuck them in the freezer and then use them for your stock as well. So I've got some basil and some parsley. I'm just gonna give that a good press in there. And then I've got some rosemary, so you just want the without the stalks, obviously, the woody bits. Whatever you think's a fair thing. You can put sage in there as well. It does say sage as well as those ones that I've used. But I don't have any luck growing sage, so my veggie stock never has any sage in it, unfortunately, because it always does. Anyway, so then you can just skip through your herbs. It tells you rosemary, parsley, and then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a good chop. Okay, so go next and turn your speed all the way around to speed 6, and that's going to chop that up for you. Now, because I took a while to find my spatula then, just go back and go next again. And we'll just do that 10 seconds again, and I'll show you how you can actually push your ingredients down towards the blade, because as you can see, that hasn't quite got that stuff that's on the top. So you can always just redo the step. So press back, forwards, and then we'll go again, and I'll show you again. Speed 6, get in there with your spatula. There we go. So that's got it all nice and chopped up there now. And it really doesn't matter if you have a few little bits that didn't get, like there's a little bit of parsley there on the top that didn't quite get incorporated. That doesn't matter because we are going to cook this now. So scrape down the sides, and then we put in our rock salt. So you want to make sure that you are using the best quality salt that you can get, and whatever your regular salt is that you choose to use for your family. So 150 grams of salt, rock salt, and a bit of oil. And we'll give that a whirl. Okay, so that's gonna cook for 20 minutes. So we'll pop back after 20 minutes and I'll show you how to actually process that hot liquid and make your stock paste. So make sure you've got a nice big jar ready to go. Make sure it's sterilised, nice and clean, and I'll see you back soon. Okay, so we're back. The Thermomix is dinging. Now, you can just touch anywhere on your screen to stop the dinging, just so you know. And then when you're ready, you just hit next and you go to your next step. So it wants you to keep the measuring cup inserted. We go next and we're going to blend this. Now, when we're processing hot liquids, we want to start slowly just to get the food going, and then we want to proceed slowly around to speed 9. So this is just a safety thing. So straight up to speed 5, wait until it gets up to speed, and then you will slowly go up to speed 9. Now, make sure when you've got hot liquid in the Thermomix that you don't go to put your hand on the top of the MC. As you can see, or you may not be able to see, but there is steam coming out of there. So you want to just make sure that you use the same caution that you would if you had a pot of boiling water on the stove. Okay, so just make sure you're wary of that. Okay, now we're going to go up slowly, just a couple of steps at a time. It sounds like it's going to take off, but it's completely safe. It won't do anything like that. Okay, and there we go. So that's our minute of processing. Now, a little tip, when you're, obviously when you've got your, hot stuff in there, you want to just open the Thermomix away from you because of the steam. And then just make sure you grab all that food off the lid. And then I'll show you another quick tip. Okay, off the lid. Now take your MC out. Just pop it on the bench, easily like that. Just with your MC, there is one spot that it will easily come off there. You'll get the hang of that. Now just pop your lid of your Thermomix over the top of your bowl, like that. Oh, don't do that. Pop it like that. And then just pour your hot liquid in, like so. Oh, look at that. This is such a good sized jar. It always literally does a whole jar and just a little bit that I normally just put in a little container and I use it up first. But there you go. So you don't get any spills down the side. Pop your lid straight on, and as soon as that's cooled down, you can pop that in the fridge. Now, your veggie stock lasts for about 6 months in the fridge. I've actually never had any go off on me, so just make sure you go into it with a nice clean spoon. A tablespoon of veggie stock with a litre of water makes a really nice liquid vegetable stock. And if you're thinking, you know, you're used to using stock cubes and stuff like that, 1 good teaspoon of this is equivalent to about 2 stock cubes in other recipes. But when you stick to your Thermomix recipes, they tell you exactly how much of the stock paste to use. But I literally use the Thermomix stock for everything. If I ever need to add, even if I just need to add salt to something, sometimes I'll just put half a teaspoon of the veggie stock instead of just salt, because obviously it is quite salty, so it gives everything a really nice flavour. If I'm just boiling some pasta for the kids and they're just going to have, you know, some spaghetti and pasta or something like that, I'll actually pop a bit of the veggie stock in with the water. It just makes the pasta taste better. Put a little bit in when you're boiling your rice in your Thermomix. All these videos are to come. But yeah, you can use it for absolutely everything. And if you are still cooking something the traditional old-fashioned way, you might have a big pot that you do a nice big soup in, or you know, family recipe or something like that, and it calls for liquid vegetable stock. Just make your own up and use your Thermomix stock for that. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to follow the YouTube channel so that you can keep informed and see the next video that we do. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm really excited to be on the Thermomix journey with you. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the little bell so that you know that when I do another video, and like, share, and tell your friends. And if you've got any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you, and I'll see you soon.